Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. More late night madness on an unexpected Sunday evening, to be honest. I thought we weren't going to get any sort of trade/draft developments tonight over the weekend, really. And we've just found out, with regards to Brayden Maynard, North Melbourne are seemingly going all in this trade window, trying to bolster their squad and fast track their progress. They did that with Darling. They're trying that with Dan Houston, which we'll get to in a moment because there's development there. But with Bruzzy, they offered, I guess, a conversation with Collingwood, and that was quickly denied by Collingwood as we look to sign him at some point in the off-season, maybe earlier in the year, as he is an unrestricted free agent at the end of next year. So I'd like to see Bruzzy pledge his loyalty to the club for the entirety of his career. But the other thing is, North have just completed a swap, or are looking to complete a swap with Essendon's pick 9, sending some futures to Essendon to get that pick 9, and are now accentuating their chase in the Houston race between Collingwood and amongst other clubs as well, who we've spoken about at length throughout the course of the week. So it's becoming more and more precarious for Collingwood. If you asked me about Dan Houston last week, midweek, I would have said we're an 80% chance. Now it's just dwindling more and more and more. I just don't think we have the capital to compete, to use these picks and bundle them up from Gold Coast to compete with what North Melbourne have. And who else was in there that we were talking about? Carlton are out of it. Essendon are taking pick 5 and 9 to the draft. Was Bulldogs a part of this conversation as well? Who are also chasing picks from Gold Coast. Sydney are chasing picks from Gold Coast. So it's getting more and more messier, and I'm having less and less more faith. But trust the process. We'll see what happens. At the very least, if this all falls to shit, can we get Ollie Lord in the Joe Richards trade? I still think Harry Perriman and Ollie Lord is a decent trade window. The Houston acquisition would be an A++ for Collingwood, but yeah, we're going to find out over the next 3 days. It's going to be a hectic Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which is when the trade window effectively closes. So hopefully Collingwood can stand strong and get this over the line. It would be a massive start with Leppich in the list management role. And lastly, we have interest in Devin Robertson, who plays for Brisbane. He's originally from Perth. I'm just going to pop up his details here. He's a younger midfielder who's been starved of opportunity this year, particularly with Ashcroft in the latter stages of the season, and is sort of fallen out of favour at Brisbane and had a really good season in the VFL. He only played 2 games this year, but in 2023, at the age of 22 last year, he managed to string together 16 games with 9 disposals on average. However, with that being said, he's playing very minimal midfield time in 2023. Only 8% of the centre bounces was Devin Robertson present. He is that younger player that I keep saying Collingwood need to double down on and bring players in to balance out the veterans that we have in a team. If you guys don't remember, Dev actually is probably more famously known for ripping off his top against Collingwood. That went quite viral, but he's versatile, so he fits the realm of what Craig McRae is hoping for. What have we got? We've got height. So he's from the Waffle. He was picked 22 in the 2019 draft. I'm just trying to get a height here. 185, so a decent size. Not tall, but can hold his own. But this trade will only happen if if we fall short in the Houston race, then we'll look to entertain this idea in bringing Dev Robertson to the Collingwood Football Club. There's no developments with Ollie Lord, but we've heard Leppich over the last week in a couple conversations with the Trade Radio and Zero Hanger that we're looking to add to key depth stocks. We're already looking at Jack Hayes, who's done a medical. We're considering Tomlinson, but no medical has been sounded there. So Ollie Lord, the younger key forward from Port Adelaide, age 22, I think he's from that draft year 2020 where we got Henry, McInnes, McCreary, McRae, and ironically we passed on Ollie Lord, but hindsight's 2020, so hopefully we can swindle something there. Obviously Joe Richards has nominated Port Adelaide. So that's something that's still going to happen irregardless of whether we get Houston or not. And there's talks from Gold Coast that they don't need Collingwood in this three-way trade anymore to get Jack Lukosius to Port Adelaide. So I just feel like both parties are becoming less and less dependent on what Collingwood bring to the table. John Noble will still go to Gold Coast. There's a chance there. And with freaking Joe Richards, he's also going to, in the end up at Port Adelaide. So just a quick one tonight. I just wanted to provide a quick update. We'll be doing the live stream once again tomorrow. Keep an eye out. It will either be 4 o'clock, 4:30 or 5 p.m, one of those three time slots, and that will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Jump in, ask any question you like, and we'll just gather together, and hopefully we can pray for the best. By the time it's 4:30 tomorrow, at least some sort of solace being provided would help go a long way for the Collingwood Army. This is quite stressful. We want to land the big fish in Dan Houston. He'll do so much for us playing off the half back line. With Perryman, if you missed that, Lepich has suggested that he will actually play off the half back line to start off his career at Collingwood. He noted that once the veterans sort of see their way out of their career, that's when Harry Perryman will find himself providing more opportunity in the midfield. So until tomorrow, 4:30, 4, maybe 5, I'll keep you guessing. We'll see you then. Go Pies.